Alright, welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. Hi, y'all. On Thursday afternoon. And of course, since it's Thursday, we're doing Williams Wednesday. It happens. All the time, actually. Matter of fact, no, I'm not going to change it to Williams Wednesday, Thursday officially. But anyways, Williams Wednesday, but we're doing it on Thursday again. Just the way it goes. Alrighty. So, going to use the vintage shave stick today just because. One of my favorite Badger brushes. This was the first brush I think I reknotted. It's an Ever Ready 200 handle with a golden nib, silver tip Badger brush. Little British sterling to finish up because I do not use this stuff enough. It really does smell nice. It really is. It's pretty much awesome sauce. And for razor today, we're going to honor Williams Wednesday with a two-sided thingy today. And why not just use a nice, uncomplicated, really nice looking, simple two-sided thingy? What I said to myself. So here we go. Black tip 40 model Superspeed. And, it's not the flare tip. It was before the flare tip. It was a black tip. Now, just to start out with, the black tip does not mean mild. I made that mistake one time, and some folks explained it to me. This is a, what is this? A W-4 is the date code on that. Look it up if you like. But anyway, these are not like the flare tips where you had the blue tip that was the mild, you had the silver, the regular aluminum that was the regular, and then you had the red tip that was for the heavy duty. This is just what they were making the end caps out of, the bottom pieces here. At the time, it didn't have anything to do. So it's a 40 Superspeed. They work really well, just like I think all the Superspeeds. I can't say they don't work good. And of course, then they had the adjustables, the marketing gimmicks, the adjustables and stuff like that. But say what you want to. All those adjustables, including the Schick adjustable and all this stuff. All the different handle sizes and colors and everything is marketing, trying to get people to buy stuff, which I understand. That's what we do in this country. And I'm not saying it's particularly a bad thing, but I'm saying that's what it is. And I'm obviously, as I've mentioned many, many, many times before, I am not one of the twisted dial type during the shaving with the adjustable, even though I understand that's what the directions said, but you got to remember, marketing, they're trying to get people, they're trying to sell you a problem that you don't have and a way to solve it. That's what marketing generally is. They create a problem, show you a problem you don't really have, and then this is how you fix the problem that you don't really have. Slant razors. I've got slant razors. I've got one I really want to get, and I talked to Michael again. I'm still looking at getting that Hofferts from him. Anyway, I use some slant razors. I mean, they're two-sided thingies. They work just as good as any other razor. Is there a particular need for them? Not really. It was a marketing thing, gimmick. Oh, you've got a really heavy beard. You need this. No, you don't. There was something called the Gillette Slide. I never practiced it. I know someone that did and liked it, but he would tell you that the Gillette Slide does the same thing. You're sliding across as you come down. Now, it's not straight across, obviously, because you just slice your face up. But anyway, he said that was pretty much making the same type of cuts that the slant razors do. Now, when they torque the blades around, of course, the slant razor, I don't know how this turned into a slant razor discussion. But anyway, it does hold the blade stiffer and all this kind of stuff. But again, marketing. And that's why there's a lot more two-sided razors than one-sided razors thingies, was because Gillette won the marketing war. He was apparently quite good at it. All right. Well, we got us some, we dampen the end of your shave stick after you do your prep, which of course with me is just, washing my face off with a rag. If you want to go and do the full hot water prep and hold it on and, soften your whiskers and all, because whiskers can be just as hard as copper for the diameter. And, so if you want to go and soften your whiskers or feel you need to, then you do more of a prep. I don't think prep's that big a deal. I did it one time. I was very much on the prep bandwagon. I would tell new people having problems, oh, it must be your prep. You need to do better prep. Use other, and it was technique was the problem. Finally learned that one. But anyway, I got some good warm water here in the sink. We're going to have a little cold front push through today that's going to bring the temperatures down a little bit. It's been in the, I went out earlier and it was up around 70 or maybe a little more. Almost felt muggy when I got up and walked the dogs earlier. I didn't have to go into work till this afternoon, so I got some extra sleep. I took advantage of it. Oh, yeah. We'll get this all bundled up. Well, we got the holidays all out of the way, which is nice. I don't know. I'm somewhere between bah humbug and yay. And maybe if I had kids, I would be more, especially on Christmas, I would be more into it. I think Thanksgiving is a little more better. Oh, I tell you right there where I'm from, Thanksgiving is a little more better holiday. Yeah, that's things like that slips out sometimes, trust me. All right, so we got a new blade here, and we put in one of those Chinese blades that I got from the Family Dollar the other day. The now that I can't, Dentex or something like that, whatever they were, I don't know. And nothing wrong with them. I've got one that's got a couple of shaves, and one of the other razors I left in, I didn't feel like going and getting it out, so I just opened up a new razor. Got a haircut the other day, so that's always a good thing. But I don't think anyone can say that there's a big issue with Superspeed shaves. I mean, it's just straightforward. They're not hard to use. I don't think the angles on two-sided thingy are quite they're not quite as intuitive as they are on like especially the gym. You know, one of these, that's your shaving angle. One of these, a little bit different. But they do. One of the folks over at one of the other shave sites used to call it riding the cap when you were having problems. And what you got to remember is you don't really use the guard bar a whole lot on a razor. It's not the guard bar that's rubbing against your skin, it's the blade. So what you say is if you can't get your angles right with one of these two-sided thingies, start with it flat against your face, and as you start coming down, roll the handle down until it starts to cut. And at some point, that all becomes muscle memory, and you don't even have to think about it anymore. You'll just automatically know the angle. And that's with whatever razor you're using. You know, all the different razors, there's no such thing as a razor that's too aggressive. Maybe your technique isn't good enough, but there's no such thing as a razor that's too aggressive because you can adjust your angles and your pressure. And that's what we're looking for, right? Angle and pressure. So I've got razors that take a big bite. If you're not careful, they'll bite you. Yeah, they sure will. That doesn't mean they're too aggressive. That's like a car being too fast. Don't push the gas so hard. Then it ain't too fast. There's no such thing as a car that's too fast. Well, there's such thing as a car that's too fast for some of the people that have them. All these kids driving these cars, running around, racing around, carrying on. Someone ought to start suing. I've said it before. Somebody ought to start suing car makers for selling, you know, all this horsepower to the kids. They're building a product that's made to break the law, plain and simple. I'm not the only one saying that. I read that in an article the other day. And again, it was combined with gun control stuff, so we're not going to get into that. Why do you need that gun? Well, because it's pretty and it goes fast. Same reason I like a sports car. That's true. All right, boy, some good coffee today. Good coffee. All right, well, we got our 2 passes in there, our with the green and across the green. We still don't do against the grain. I haven't developed that particular mental defect yet. Tell you what, another thing I can't do. My mom used to be able to reach into hot water, pick up rags and doing laundry and doing stuff. And I never have come up with that talent. Well, that water's hot on my hands. And one thing about it is, water that's hot on my hands, I use it to make coffee, and it doesn't taste like it, it's not hot coffee. But it's hot on my hands, but I can drink hot. It's just because, I drink so much coffee. But anyway, that water in that basin right there is plenty warm. Woo! Might trim the goatee up a little bit before I get a shower. I can't let it grow out like I did. At one time, I let it grow for a couple of months, and it was down to there when I was with Inner Parish. And can't do that where I am now. They're not going to say I can't have a goatee or anything, but if I don't want it to get to where someone, paying any attention to it either. Keep under the radar. All right, well, little witch hazel here for our final little pass. So we caught a little rain today. I think all the rain's pushed through. There wasn't going to be much. It was just a couple, and a little front. Like I said, it's a little weak cold front going through. So it's going to push our temperatures back down. I think the low tonight or tomorrow night, one or the other, supposed to be back down around 30. Not going to get freezing. We don't get a lot of freezing temps around here. The little hoopty, for somebody that likes to keep up with my little old car, I've got the 88 Corolla. It didn't want to start here a couple of weeks ago. It was cold, it was damp, and quite honestly, I didn't have time to mess with it. So, the Expedition that I'm driving needed a battery. The battery went bad when it got cold. That will happen. So anyway, I took the battery out of the car and I put it in, and I drove the Expedition for a few days, week or two. So anyway, long story short, I finally put the battery back in the little car because I bought a battery for the Expedition. Thing fired up, been running. As a matter of fact, I think it running better than it did when it started giving me this last round of problems. Tanker's old car, it's what, 34, 35 years old now? What is that in car years anyway? I mean, it's like dog years. And even car years, I think, are even more than dog years. A 35-year-old Toyota Corolla hatchback. That's probably some pretty good years in car years. But anyway, I like driving things. I have people stop me in traffic. Now, I don't mean just in traffic as in I'm out in a parking lot and they want to stop. No. I mean sitting at a red light. Happened again just the other day. I'm coming back from work. May have been yesterday or the day before. I'm sitting there and these guys pull up beside me in a newer model Camaro, black, sitting there loping, blah, blah, blah. And he asked me what year my car is and how many miles I had on it, and I always get into the story that my grandmother bought that car. And anyway, it's neat when people do that kind of stuff. I have people stop me all the time, and when I'm getting out of it in parking lots. There's a young man that works over here at the grocery store that hardly ever talks to anybody. Never see him talk to anybody. It's just the way he is. He's still wearing a mask. He doesn't want to be around people. And I got out of the car the other day, and he saw it and walked over and held a conversation about that car. It was interesting. So, it's just, let the simple stuff make you happy, folks. Take care of the little stuff. The big stuff will take care of itself. I'm going to go off on a little bit of a life improvement rant here like I sometimes do. Let the little stuff make you happy, and don't let the bad stuff get you down too bad. And it's all temporary. Any way you look at it, it's all temporary. You're not here forever. You're not here forever, so don't let it get you down. All right, well, that's it for today. I done about got everything cleaned up and all. I'm fixing to do my shower routine, and then we'll take the dogs out for a walk before I go to work. Put this here two-sided thingy back up. And this really is, look at this thing. It's a really nice look. I don't remember where that one came from. I think someone gave it to me. Again, people know once you give stuff to me, I'm going to forget who gave it to me. You'll have to remind me every once in a while. And but anyway, that is a very clean, very, very well taken care of black tip W-4 date code. Does that make it 54? I'm doing that off the top of my head. Somebody date check me. All right, well, I'm out of here. Look, y'all can't be 54 because that's a 40s model. What year did they start making the 40s, bring the 40s? Anyway, I'm not going to get into that because I have to go look it up. Y'all have a great day. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, happy shades to you.